All right, so I'm back here with the Drift Trike, and I got a cable for the speedometer, and I got a speedometer. I believe this is for a Honda. I'm not really sure what type of Honda. Got it off Amazon, and it came with this ring or this gear that goes inside that hub, and it doesn't fit. There's a huge space in there. It doesn't fit the Kawasaki rim. So I went online, and I found a Kawasaki gear for the Kawasaki wheel. Now it doesn't fit the Honda hub. So I want to modify this slightly. It's close. If I can get in there. It's close on one side. So I need to take a little bit off so it can fit. But it definitely fits the hub, the wheel. So if I can make this fit, then I should be able to have a speedometer. So I'm going to look at that. All right, so I filed this down and it fits now. But this speedometer is recessed. So it'll fit in here real tight, but it's not going to hit the shoulders. So let's see if I can get that on here. All right, so I got it on there, but it'll slip. So I need to put something underneath to grab these lips on the speedometer. So I think what I'm going to do is drill a couple of holes and then put some set screws in there and Loctite them in, and then I'll see if that catches. If it does, then I did it. If not, well, then I failed and I go back to the drawing board. So let's do that. Yep, I got a couple holes in there. So try to clean up the backs, and I'll put some set screws in there and I'll see what it looks like. So let me tap it. And I got a little key in there, so we'll see if that'll fit. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'll have to Loctite that, and it's got threads in it. So we'll see. Hopefully it fits. Alright, so I'm not sure how long this will work, but it's what I had on hand and I wanted it to work. So as you can see, I got those bolts in there, and then when I turn it now, it turns the whole hub. I don't know if you could see in there, but the whole thing's turning. So I just need to secure these two nuts, or these Allens, and then it looks like that's a solution there. And maybe I can put a tack here and a tack here, so that way they don't go anywhere. But yeah, looks like that's gonna work, and then I'll install that. All right, I was able to hook all that up, and I may have to loosen this up and align my forks, but it looks like it's turning. I don't know if you can see that in there, if it'll focus. It looks like it's turning, and then it's also turning the end here that goes up in there. So let's test to make sure the gauge works too. And I just have this in a DeWalt, and I'm going to spin it, and then we're going to watch the gauge. Oh, let's hold it. It moved a little bit. Let me see if I can set this down and get a better view. And looks like it works. So let's hook up this cable. All right, so I got the cable all hooked up to the speedo. I got the wheel on there with the cotter pin. I have to secure this cable, but I have the cable all secured to the wheel. And looks like it works. Speedometer works. I'm gonna take that thing for a test drive. but it's really cold outside, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. But I'll take one. We'll see what it looks like with the RPM gauge. Still got to work on the temperature gauge as well, wiring up a sensor. But I wanted to pay special interest to this new addition that I put on there. I made these plates, you may saw it in the last video. I need to paint these black still, they're unfinished and they're rough cut. But I cut behind them, and then my buddy made this panel here. He made one for both sides, and they're hollowed out. So thanks to my buddy Ace for making this on his 3D printer. And I put some lights behind here. So I'll cut these lights off and I'll show you what it looks like. But he made me two for both sides. And then there's the other side. And yeah, I'll cut the lights off and I'll show you what they look like. It's still a work in progress. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. It'll be a really nice touch once it's done. So I've had this bike for about 5 years, and I don't think it's ever going to be done. Keep adding little touches to it. So I'll wire that up and yeah, keep working on it. That's pretty much it. That completes my video. Thanks for watching.